Hi, just a quickie to kind of explain myself, makes things easier. I can understand your concerns now, Ian. Yes, a lot of people do want that kind of flip screen affair, which just wouldn't work in the corner. This is fine for me, for what I have, but like trying to make it to keep everybody happy, I suppose, would be kind of awkward. The problems I have are, just to quickly explain, the AC unit I chose, basically because much better airflow and a lot more advanced system. It puts the AC unit very close to here. You know, this top bar, obviously the further back, but the AC unit comes here and actually goes below the dashboard. I'll post a picture of it so you can see how low it goes. Putting a stereo in here or in here, basically anywhere away from the driver or even in the centre, it would have to be really low down here to miss the AC unit, because the AC unit does sort of come down from here to there. So even putting it underneath here, there's no depth. I can't get any depth to the dashboard here. That AC unit allows me to keep my structure, like I said before. It goes between, there's a tube that goes between this tower point here and the centre of the front bulkhead, and then back from there to this tower point here, and that adds a lot of structure to the car. It doesn't seem a lot, but actually taking those two bars out makes a hell of a lot of difference. And if you see Jay Esther's chassis diagnosis of an original GTR chassis, adding the one diagonal in, they have like virtually a crossbar, which there's a cross section that centres here, so it goes from sort of this corner here, because obviously the GTR dash isn't at all, from here right to that corner and vice versa. So they put a cross in it, and adding the one link that's not there because the original GTR column would get in the way of that. So Jay just raised it up and made it a removable bolt section. That added a hell of a lot of structure to the front of the car. And when we did, or when I think Piers did some work with some chassis testing on his car, they had a lot of improvement, tying the two front tops in and doing the work behind here. It made a hell of an improvement on Piers's car. So pretty much that's why I put a tower brace between the two strut towers on Wayne's GTW. So keeping that dash structure in this front section here obviously makes a hell of a lot of difference, which doesn't seem that way, but it is. So I don't want to sacrifice any rigidity or structure just for the aesthetics. I'd sooner try and design around it than try and fit something that is going to interfere with that. So fitting a stereo here or here or here, it's going to be fine if it's just the front. If it's 3 inches deep, that's fine, but once it's 6-7 inches deep, it would have to stick out so far it would just look ugly. I really can't figure out exactly where I do it. So the original, I'm sure I've seen on the original GTR or one of the demo cars, had a stereo down here somewhere. And then they had one of those like Sony stalk units that had all the controls on a stalk, so you can control it fully, but you couldn't see the face. And there's no way you could have a flip unit, so putting it down here, even if, actually thinking about it now, even with the gear stick here, it doesn't make a difference. It's still going to hit the damn AC unit. Oh, I don't know. It's awkward, but you know, this is what this stage is for, I suppose. This is the only kind of free area or free space. And obviously this is just sitting on a flat panel. I'm just throwing this panel in just to see how it looks. And what I think I'm going to do is, for this car, I know for mine, I think unless somebody can come up with a better idea, which is the reason I'm doing this in the first place, for the moment, stereo being here, it'll look quite flat and boring. So to try and make it different, what I'm going to do is probably take this module here, move it inboard. So basically the stereo will stick, and then the fiberglass and the stereo will come down and underneath, and that unit will be probably, the controls there will probably be twisted more to this way, so put that point further in so we get still a nice curvature there, and then I'll just have raised pieces up just to put those into, so it won't just be totally flat. This is just the first mock-up. If anybody wants a screen for reverse camera or anything to that effect, then like I said before, if you putting the sat nav or TomTom here, and there are combination units now for rear screen and sat nav units. There are a myriad of the rear view mirror camera, actually, of a normal rear view mirror that's actually now Bluetooth, so you can have a little, there's a speaker in the back, so you can use it as a hands-free kit, but also has a reversing camera, which I didn't know, and the reversing camera can also turn into a sat nav. Just on eBay, just search for rear view sat nav, rear view camera or rear view mirror camera, and I never realised how much stuff there is. So, technically, reversing camera, you could have a rear view mirror that turns into a reversing camera. Flat screen on here, but for somebody who's going to have a stereo with a fold-out screen, or the Pioneer AVIC system, which I know a few people have, we fitted to Wayne's car. I don't know, because that obviously that just wouldn't work in that corner there. So, any suggestions, please come to them. But at this point, I can't really see. It's, I don't know. Here's just gets in the way of the gear stick. Can't go too far back because it's going to hit the stereo, hit the AC unit. I'm not going to change the AC unit or the structure, so pretty much that's a fixed or a given at the moment. Which is mainly why this is coming out this way, because those vents are so damn long and the AC unit's so close. I've literally had to come out here and pull these units this way. Not more aesthetics, just because they have to be there. any further back they wouldn't fit. Just that 80 millimeters long. So you make a feature of it, but to be honest, the feature started only because that I couldn't get it in. So, I don't know. Still, that having this unit here, where am I going to put the vent for the side? I don't know. Any suggestions? Please keep posting, and thanks for all your responses. Cheers, Ian, and everybody else. Just please come up with ideas. I love free stuff. Okay, cheers.